Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ron Tyler with the Emergency Management Associates coming to you live from the Crossroads of the West in Salt Lake City, Utah. The time right now is 1:46 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in the greater Intermountain West in the United States of America. We have breaking information for you. We wanted to bring this to you earlier, but every time we found out one piece of information, it doubled into more information. And so we did not want to go on the air until we had the most complete information. And in fact, the information is changing. I want to make it very clear. The information is changing even as we speak. Um, there was a tornado last night that hit Nashville, Tennessee. We have a complete report from CBS News that we're going to show you in just about a minute here. If you'll just hang in there, hang in there with us for a minute, and we'll have this brought up live for you. Just a second here. Just a second. All right. This is coming to you from the CBS affiliate in Tennessee. Okay, it's bad, folks. It's really, really bad. Um, the screen said there was 19 people killed. That figure has gone up to at least 22 people have been killed. I was privy to a press conference. Well, actually, several press conferences now from Nashville, and there's 22 people killed. The president of the United States came on the air during a stop of his where he expressed his sympathy and condolences to the people whose lives were lost and whose families now have to pick up the pieces after this tornado. The president has already said that FEMA is on the ground helping take care of the people, and that it will not be like um, it will not be like hurricanes from previous years where FEMA sent in people to assess damages and then money trickled in. That is not going to be the case with this particular situation. This is not going to be the case with the tornado in Nashville. FEMA is on the ground and the people will be getting money to help rebuild the community. The government in Tennessee, the governor and the mayor of Tennessee have declared a state of emergency in that city. At least 40 buildings have collapsed as a result of this tornado. Um, and that's just in the downtown area. As you saw from that short, quick video we showed you, that houses, businesses collapse onto themselves. Property has been decimated. And that was just during the night that video was shot. Now it is daylight, and the news crews and the government are going through Nashville trying to assess damages and trying to find people that have been injured or that may have passed away as a result of the tornado last night in Nashville, Tennessee. Uh, we want to express our deepest condolences also to those families. Um, it is a very sad, sad day when this kind of event happens. And it doesn't matter whether it's in Tennessee, North Dakota, Iowa, Colorado, Florida, Tennessee, Texas, it doesn't matter. It is still a very sad day. People have lost their lives, and that can't be taken softly. It is a very sad day. We also want to report on some very large earthquakes, I can't say very large, some large earthquakes that have happened overnight as well. Let's go over to the Atlantic Ocean. Let's go over to the Atlantic Ocean. Let me bring up this graphic here. Okay, this is a map generated by the USGS, as you see. Over here in the Atlantic Ocean, the South Atlantic, we had a 5.1 magnitude earthquake that hit down here in the South Sandwich Islands overnight. And that's not the only one. There's also 4.9, 5.0 magnitude earthquake that hit in that same general area. Okay, so they've had two 5.0 or greater earthquakes just down there in the South Sandwich Islands in the South Atlantic. It should also be said, and it's not on, oh, here it is too. It is on the map. There was a 5.0 magnitude earthquake in the North Atlantic Ocean. The North Atlantic Ocean between Svalbard, this is the island of Svalbard, and North Greenland here. This also hit during the night, 5.0 magnitude earthquake there. So we've had three earthquakes, one on the North Atlantic Ocean and one and two down here in the South Atlantic Ocean. Not to be outdone, a 5.0 magnitude earthquake hit last night west of Macquarie Island. West of Macquarie Island. Okay. This is the second such earthquake in the past 48 hours down here south of Australia, Macquarie Island, on the North Antarctic Ridge. This is what they call the North Antarctic Ridge. We've also had a 5.0 magnitude earthquake that hit 80 kilometers, about 45, 48 miles west-southwest of Port Vila, Vanuatu. Again, this was in the ocean, the South Pacific. The water of the ocean dampened the effects of this earthquake, and so far we have not heard of any damages. Let's go over here to the Philippines. To the Philippines, folks. A 5.0 magnitude earthquake hit 16 kilometers, approximately 10 miles west of Siocon, Philippines. Okay, I'm going to drag this map over here and try to enlarge it a little bit so you can get a better handle on where this earthquake was. Okay, this is Mindanao Island, Philippines, right here. Davao City is right here. This earthquake hit just off the coast of the of the westernmost point of Devo Island. Okay, again, we have not heard of any damages as of yet. This earthquake hit during darkness hours down there in the Philippines. Not to be outdone, a 4.6 magnitude earthquake also hit up in the Philippines, north of there. 4.6 magnitude earthquake hit 3 kilometers, 1.5 miles west northwest of Santa Fe, Philippines. Okay, even though this is a 4.6 magnitude shaker, 4.6 magnitude shakers can cause damage, especially down there in the country of the Philippines. Those poor people in the Philippines can't get a break. As you know, late last year, they were hit by many, many, many large and fantastically large super earthquakes. It started out with 6.3, 6.5, 6.7, 7.1 magnitude earthquakes down here in Mindanao, Philippines, Davao City. They've had large earthquakes up here on Luzon Island. These poor people can't get a break. Down here in the south of Japan, Nishinomoto, Japan, had a 4.6 moderate earthquake early this morning. This is in the south of Japan. And also a 4.8 magnitude earthquake. 4.6 and a 4.8 moderate earthquakes hitting the south of Japan. Going up into Hokkaido, the north island of Hokkaido, Japan. A 4.5 moderate earthquake hit 54 kilometers, approximately 30 miles east northeast of Otofuki, Japan. Otofuki, Japan. And it hit land. We're also reporting on this 5.1 magnitude earthquake that hit late last night at Amatinak Island, Alaska, 50 kilometers west of Amatinak Island, Alaska. This is after a 5.8 magnitude shaker hit there earlier in the evening yesterday. And I even have the email that USGS sent me in regards to this earthquake. But they took it down just as soon as they had put it up. They didn't want people to see that for whatever reason. But two large earthquakes, very large earthquakes, have now hit this area around Amatinak Island, Alaska. Okay? Two large earthquakes. Not to be outdone. Again, a 3.0 magnitude earthquake hit today in Kobuk, Alaska. This time last year, we've reported on this because they continue to get hit here in Kobuk. But Kobuk, Alaska, this time last year was hit by a 6.3 magnitude earthquake. So this is an aftershock of that earthquake. USGS is also reporting a 2.6 small minor quake near Valdez, Alaska. Now, as I've already pointed out by going to the EMSC map, and if you want me to, I can pull that up and I can show you the number of earthquakes that have hit Alaska and all over the earth. But I'm going to save that for later tonight on our broadcast tonight. Let's go down here to California. Let's go down here to California. We can come back to Hawaii in a few minutes. California is continuing to get hit by earthquakes today, from north to south. This last one that hit just minutes ago, 2.5, a minor quake, hit 10 kilometers north-northwest, which is about 5 miles north-northwest of Healdsburg, California. Folks, this is over in the sensitive area of the Pinnacles area. Tres Pinos, remember Tres Pinos? They were hit last night. Tres Pinos, the Pinnacles. This is a geologically volcanic area, number one. Number two, there's also oil and gas drilling going on in this area. Three, it's also right next to the San Andreas Fault. So we have three sources of seismic energy. Three sources of seismic energy. We have volcanism beneath the surface. We have seismic energy coming in and hitting man-made drill points. Man-made drill points of the oil and gas drilling going on. And we have the uh, San Andreas Fault here. North of there earlier today, we had a 3.6 small earthquake, and USGS has it 1 kilometer southwest of Redwood Valley, a half mile, not even that, a quarter mile southwest of Redwood Valley. For all intents and purposes, folks, this was Redwood Valley, California. Okay? I wish they'd call it like it is, or tell it like it is. Further south, New Idra, California. New Idra, California was hit by a magnitude 4.0 magnitude earthquake today. 4.0 moderate earthquake hit 5 miles northeast of New Idra, California. Now, this area is basically it's not a metropolis. It's small town USA, New Idra, California. But it's right next to the San Andreas Fault. Okay? Now, USGS would not like us reporting on this necessarily. They don't like us talking about it. They made it very clear to us in the past. But a small 3.2 magnitude earthquake hit out here in the Mojave Desert this morning. 3.2 small earthquake hit out here in the desert area of Little Lake, California. This hit about 10 miles southeast of Little Lake, California. Again, this is in the Mojave Desert. This is the same area that has continually gotten hit by earthquake after earthquake, swarms of earthquakes hitting this area. In fact, I'm going to bring up the EMSC map from my earthquake app here, and I want to show you what exactly is going on, because nobody wants to tell the real story. USGS is not showing the number of earthquakes that are hitting. We are going to show you what is going on over there in California right now. This is what is going on in California. You notice the swarms here? You notice the swarms? Let's talk about these swarms that are going on. Okay? First off, over just north of the San Francisco Bay Area, San Ramon, California, a 1.97 magnitude earthquake. San Ramon, California. Turn down the light on this a little bit too. So San Ramon, California got hit. You notice the geysers there, 20 plus earthquakes. The geysers are getting hit by not just ones and two earthquakes, they're also getting hit by threes today. Small threes are being reported around the geysers, Sonoma County, California. Okay, let's go down here to this swarm here. Again, I told you about the pinnacles. 1.97 magnitude earthquake. Just east of there, New Idra, California, I just reported a 3.99, 4.0. 4.0 earthquake there. Parkfield, California, the 1.18. Parkfield, California is the earthquake capital of California. Notice where these earthquakes are. They're right on the San Andreas Fault. And there's also oil and gas drilling going on there. Okay. Huron, California, a 1.72. The 1.72 magnitude earthquake in Huron, California as well. My granddaughter just showed up. She wanted to be part of this broadcast, but her mother doesn't want that to happen, so I can't bring her on the air. But that's only part of the story here. That's only part of the story here. Portola, California, We have a small swarm developing up in Northern California, starting here with Petrola, California, I'm sorry. Okay, zero point 0.4. South of there, Truckee, California, a minus zero point 0.1, which means it's up above sea level. South and east, Incline Village in Nevada, over near Reno, a minus zero point 0.1 there as well. Minus zero point 0.1 there as well. That's not all. Carson City, Nevada, folks, a zero point 0.8. And yes, these are minor earthquakes. But when we have swarms going on, this is a small swarm. This is not even large. But see what's right next to it? Do you see what's right next to it, folks? Lake Tahoe. Lake Tahoe. Okay? And that's not all, folks. South and east of Lake Tahoe, Smith Valley, Nevada, a 1.8 there. Okay? Let's drop down to Mammoth Mountain. Mammoth Mountain also got hit today. Here's a 1.5 there, a 0.88, and a 1.08 magnitude earthquake at Mammoth Mountain. So that's getting hit. Let's drop down to, excuse me, I'm still getting over a cold, folks. Let's drop down here to Kozo Junction. If you remember last summer, the first part of July, and even in May and June, there were swarms and swarms of earthquakes around this area. The earthquakes are continuing. Earthquakes are continuing. We have two earthquakes at Kozo Junction, a 1.51 and a 1.51, right next to each other, Kozo Junction. Now, what is Kozo Junction? Some people that have not been with us the entire time we've been on the air, which is almost a year now, may not recognize what Kozo Junction is. Number one, it's a volcano. It's a volcano. But it's also a man-made geothermal electric producing generating station out there in the middle of the Mojave Desert. They call it Devil's Kitchen because it gets so hot out there in the summertime. Kozo Junction got hit by two minor earthquakes today. They continue to get hit. They continue to get hit. Further south, again, we have swarms of earthquakes hitting. Okay, Little Lake, California. Little Lake, California, 1.01, 1.14, 1.60. Here is a 3.24 at Little Lake, California today. A small 3.24 magnitude earthquake in Little Lake. Folks, the seismic values are increasing. The seismic values are increasing. Swarming down Little Lake, that whole area of the Mojave Desert, swarms going on still. Okay, more earthquakes. Ridgecrest, California, a 2.67 and a 1.56, 2.67 and a 1.56 magnitude earthquake hit Ridgecrest today, which is the epicenter of that, the two 6.9s and the 7.1 magnitude earthquake July 4th this past year. Excuse me, I don't want to cough in your ear. Searles Valley, south and east of Ridgecrest. Searles Valley, 0.97 and 1.96 magnitude earthquakes in the desert, Southern California. Going further south, Ridgecrest, a 1.37 there. Okay. Sorry about that. And also another 1.52 in Ridgecrest. Okay. That was 5 miles east of Ridgecrest. That whole area is still popping. Over on the Garlock Fault, leading from Ridgecrest down towards Los Angeles, Johannesburg, California, is 0.93 today. You can see the Garlock Fault in that picture. You can see it. Okay? Johannesburg, California was hit. Boron, California, south of the Garlock, was hit today. Boron, California, 1.90. And it moves. Let's drop down to Willowbrook, California, east of Santa Barbara. 1.46 magnitude earthquake, east of Santa Barbara today. Going south and east over towards the San Andreas Fault over in Riverside. Ontario, California, 1.84. Mariloma, California, 1.24. This is Riverside. The Redlands at 1.60. Loma Linda, a 1.14 over by Glen Avon. Banning, California, 1.06. Cabazon is 0.63. On the east side of Riverside County, Big Bear City, a ski resort in Southern California. Big Bear City was hit by a 2.34 and a 1.28 magnitude earthquake. Big Bear got hit. Okay. I want to show you this. This is nothing just flit by. These swarms are continuing and the numbers are increasing. The numbers are increasing. Going back towards San Diego from Riverside, but we're still in Riverside area, the Anza Gap got hit. This area is the Anza Gap here. What they define as the Anza Gap. 0.81, 1.92, 0.92, 0.8 in the Anza Gap. Okay, let's go into San Diego County. Rancho San Diego, east of Ramona, California. Rancho San Diego, 1.19 today. 1.19 east of Ramona. Over east of San Diego City, Bonita, California, a 1.54 got hit again today. Bonita has gotten hit now twice in the past 48 hours. Bonita, California. I've got a cousin that lives in Bonita. Ocotillo Wells, folks, on the other side, the east side of the Chocolate Mountains, North Chocolate Mountain area. Ocotillo Wells is 0.65. Then going east towards the Salton Sea, a 1.67 at Ocotillo Wells. Okay. Let's go down to just south of the Salton Sea, Salton Butte volcano. This is the Salton Sea. Salton Butte volcano is right here. What do we have in the way of earthquakes in the community just south of the lake? Let's show you. In Brawley, California, 1.41 magnitude earthquake. Brawley, California. Not to be outdone, we've got a swarm, a cluster of earthquakes just south of there. Now you remember we had earthquakes in Holtville, California? We had small threes in Holtville. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7 earthquakes here. A 1.53, a 1.55 today, a 1.86, a 2.75, 2.75, a 3.1, 3.1, and a 1.98. So ones and threes here in Holtville, California. Holtville, California. This area, folks, is semi-rural, meaning there are farms and businesses out there. As you can see, there's fields out there, and there's some businesses out there as well. There's homes and businesses and farms out in Holtville. It is basically a rural farming community spread out all over the desert out there in the Southern California Imperial Valley. So Holtville got hit. Not to be outdone, but just across the border. Mexicali got hit, a 1.87. Mexicali, California, Baja California got hit. Mexicali. All right. I'm just looking at something here to see if this is something we ought to put out on the air. Doesn't look like it. We have some small minor earthquakes in the north part of Mexico. These, well, let me put it out on the air anyway. This is Sureste de Grupe Victoria. Okay, this is over just across the border from California. Okay, the same area. I'm just trying to find a wonderful. This whole area got hit 3.3, 3.4, 3.8, and 3.2. A group of threes, four threes basically. Um, we have some volcanism going on over there. As you know, and we pointed it out before, we have the Cerro Prado volcano over there. And I was looking for it, but these earthquakes are nowhere near the Cerro Prado volcano, even though that Cerro Prado volcano could possibly have an influence on these same earthquakes over there south of our border in California. Let's just check on a couple more things here. Milford, Utah was hit today. South Central Utah, Milford, Utah, 0.79. We had a swarm of earthquakes up in Yellowstone that we'll report on tonight. A swarm of earthquakes in Yellowstone we'll report on tonight. Carbon City, Utah, over in southeast part of Utah, was hit by a 1.86 magnitude earthquake. This earthquake was a result of oil and gas fracking operations over there in the in southeast Utah, central Utah. Odessa, Texas, a 2.10 today. Odessa getting hit, also right in the middle of oil and gas operations over there. Pawnee, Oklahoma, had a 0.89 today. Pawnee, Oklahoma, 0.89, also right in the middle of oil and gas operations there in Oklahoma. So that's the story. Two other earthquakes that we want to point out. These happened up in Canada. One in Shearwater, Canada, 2.0, and just northeast of there, northwest of there, a 2.5 happened 31 miles northeast of Santa Ana de Monts, Quebec, Canada. So we've had a 2.5 and a 2.0 magnitude earthquake up here in northern Canada, northeastern Canada. they continue to get hit in that area. Okay. Puerto Rico is continuing to get hit. We'll have a further report on that tonight as well. And let's go over here. Let's go over here to our feed from YouTube and see if you guys have any questions. We're happy to take questions from our audience over on YouTube. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Casmirio's here. Awesome. Helen, Kay, Kathleen, Connie's here. Pamela's here. Awesome. And Pamela says, you can't help the earth has a hissy fit right now. You're absolutely right. That's a good description of it. It's a very good description. Folks, please, we have 33 people watching and who knows how many people lurking. Let's up that thumbs up, please. We got 20 thumbs up. Let's double that. Let's double that, please. Connie, why the early on? Because we had important information about Tennessee. 22 people were killed by the tornado last night in Nashville, Tennessee. It's been declared a disaster area and emergency services are going on right now to try to get to any injured or find any more people that have passed as a result of that tornado. That's why we came on, and we'll be back on tonight. Okay, we did have a video showing you the tornado that came in to Nashville, and it was an F3 if I'm not mistaken. Scooter Pie asked, is all the magma coming from the ocean into the volcanoes? Yes. If you're talking about California, yes, that's exactly what is going on. It's coming from the west. Yes, people, we need to pray for Tennessee. We need to really pray for Tennessee. Those people have suffered immeasurable harm during the night. Immeasurable harm. In some cases, those people didn't even know the tornado was coming in until it was too late. It's just a sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. Carrie, howdy from Texas. Hello, Texas. We love having you guys here. Thank you for being here. Please pass the word down there in Texas. We're here to help you as well. Kathleen says they're going to have a drill today in Nebraska. By the way, we're going to have a disaster drill here on April 19th. April 19th. The disaster here in the Salt Lake City, Utah. In fact, the entire state. We're going to be having an earthquake drill. It's called the Utah Shakeout. The Great Utah Shakeout on April 19th at approximately 10:15 in the morning. Now, folks, I just saw this note that you guys put up about hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer, I am told, does not stop viruses. It's a good thing to use. Try to sanitize your hands as much as possible, but please use soap and water and wash those germs down the drain. Get rid of them. Okay? When you're out, even shopping, wear gloves, wear a mask if necessary, especially if you already have a cold and you're susceptible, your immune system is weak. Wear a mask to keep from getting any sicker. Because people in shopping centers, Walmarts, other stores are coughing and sneezing. It's that time of year. Plus, we have the coronavirus going now. You guys cannot take any chances on your own health. And even today, it's amazing the messages that I've gotten from people saying, you've been talking, Ron, about emergency preparedness. Why haven't people been listening? Now they're out shopping and wiping store shelves clean. I was hoping people would be doing that before now, but now they're seeing what is going on. We were right all along, and it shouldn't take a major disaster like this. It shouldn't take a major incident, an event, to get people to wake up, to prepare. Okay? The weather is going to be active tonight, by the way. It's active now down in the Texas area, and the entire South area is going to get hammered. So you guys need to be aware of that. So be careful. Be careful. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and give you the information about Tennessee and do a brief wrap up of earthquakes because these earthquakes in California have got people worried, and rightfully so. When we start seeing these swarms of earthquakes that are happening like they are now, and the seismicity is increasing, that's exactly what we see when we have a major incident. And it's coming again. We're going to have another very large destructive earthquake in Southern California. Everyone should be alert for tornadoes and earthquakes. Make sure you have your preparedness supplies. Okay? Make sure you have your preparedness supplies: food, water, gloves, masks, and anything else that you believe that you need for your family. Over on our website, you can find emergency preparedness lists. Prepare things to go in emergency preparedness kits. We've talked about emergency preparedness plans on this channel. Please wake up, smell the roses. Let's protect ourselves. Okay? Let's protect ourselves. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining us today. I know this was abrupt and I gave no notice. I gave literally no notice that I was coming on the air, but I felt it necessary to let you know what is going on. I hope you have a great rest of the day. We will be back on at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for a complete wrap up of the tornado in Tennessee and any other breaking news as it happens. We hope you have a wonderful day and a great evening as it comes in today. Enjoy yourselves. Please be safe. God bless you. Do know that we love you. As Walter Cronkite would say, and that's the way it is. Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020. For Emergency Management Associates, this is Ron Tyler. Have a great evening, folks. Take it easy, folks. Have a great day.